Taylor Swift booed. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. It was the Super Bowl yesterday, and Taylor Swift turned up. There was a surprise outcome as the Philadelphia Eagles soared and beat the Kansas City Chiefs. And as we know, Travis Kelce, the boyfriend, the intimate partner, primary source of Taylor Swift, was competing, and therefore she turned up. She was shown on the Jumbotron, a tradition at many sporting events in North America for people to be shown either because they're a looky-likey for somebody else or that they are a famous person in their own right, so that the crowd can show their appreciation. However, it didn't go this way. For a report explains, singer Taylor Swift appeared surprised when fans at the Super Bowl started booing after she was shown on the Jumbotron for the first time to the crowd. The Grammy Award-winning star, behind multiple massive hits, received overwhelming boos by Super Bowl watchers in Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. Swift was shown on the video board, along with other celebrities, including actor Paul Rudd. But the crowd changed their tune when she was shown on camera. Swift was seated in the luxury suite next to rapper Ice Spice, don't know who that is, during the game. She gave a side-eye to the crowd before laughing as the boos rained down on her. The wildly popular musician has earned some pushback from critics over her frequent presence at games, which in turn earns attention from cameras. Swift was in attendance at the Super Bowl game to support her boyfriend, Travis Kelce, as he competed with the Kansas City Chiefs against the Philadelphia Eagles. Throughout the football season, she has appeared at 9 games supporting Kansas City. Some critics were quick to take to social media to mock Swift over the moment. Kelce, tight end for the Chiefs, has been dating Swift since 2023 and is currently hoping to make history by winning the Super Bowl for the 3rd consecutive year with his team. Well, that didn't come about. Swift gets booed. Let's have a look at this with a short piece of footage. Accordingly, the booing commences, and Taylor Swift looks from left to right as if to say, "Are they booing me? Really? Really? How cheeky, how audacious of them to boo me, the mighty and brilliant Taylor Swift." And then she laughs. This is an interesting response to being booed. I've explained elsewhere through my detailed analysis that Taylor Swift is a greater narcissist, meaning she has awareness. She knows that she's manipulative. She knows that she utilizes a facade. She calculates. This is part of why she's been so successful. Like any narcissist, she needs control. So when she goes to one of her concerts and goes up on the stage, and all those Swifties are screaming their lungs out for her, not only does this demonstrate that the crowd are under control, she receives a massive dump of fuel. Thousands of non-intimate tertiary sources, all showing their appreciation for her, which thus gives her that fuel. They're under control, they provide her with positive fuel, it's all good. When she turns up at an event such as this, the anticipation is for acknowledgement of those around her, interacting with her, and then, when she appears on the Jumbotron, for the crowd to react to her. But the reaction is not a good one. Now, Taylor Swift is not a highly provocative narcissist that engages in shithousery so that she can milk the situation in the way, for instance, a Premiership footballer who's a narcissist scores a goal and then provokes the away fans, revelling in the wanker signs and the profanities and the general snarling disdain that those fans have for him. With Swift, she projects a facade of being a kind and decent person. There's no doubt that she has talent. She has substance in that regard. But she likes to make it look like she's this kind individual who's had difficult relationships and understands what it's like for you when you're navigating your way through your love life. Hence why she has so many young girls and teenagers that like her music. She cynically utilizes the emotions of love that are experienced by people in those formative years and caters to it for the purpose of singing songs, and also, as I've explained in parts past about Swift, utilizes her songs for the purposes of devaluing those that have got in her way, ex-boyfriends. Here, her facade holds. It holds because as a greater, she has a much greater control over her ignited fury that is beneath the surface. Unlike some mid-range narcissists that would sit there and look anxious, possibly even start to cry, even possibly get up and leave, with Swift, there is a moment of disbelief that, what, they're booing me? But she's able to deal with it because the way that her narcissism has evolved is to be far more sophisticated. She has that high control threshold, so the heated ignited fury or the cold ignited fury doesn't surface. Instead, she laughs it off. Now, she has to nullify the threat to control posed by this challenge fuel that's the booing. Thus, people are reacting to her and providing her with fuel. That's not the problem. But their disapproval through the boos is a threat to her control. She is not going to stand up and start yelling, "You're all just epsilon semi-morons. I'm a billionaire, so fuck you." Because that, of course, would damage her facade. She could, of course, turn to Ice Spice and say, "Gosh, that's the little people for you, isn't it? They really, really irritate me. I despise them." But that possibly also could damage her facade if Ice Spice were to relate that to somebody else. And, of course, she's being filmed. So if she was seen muttering something to her companion, somebody might just be able to read what she's saying with her lips, and it would damage her facade. Accordingly, well versed in portraying an excellent facade, all that Swift does is simply think to herself, "Gosh, listen to them booing me. How hilarious. I am a billionaire. I am a multi-award winning songstress. I am gorgeous and talented, and they're just envious of me." Essentially, the arrogance of her narcissism tells her that she is superior to them, so she can sit and laugh it off. It makes her look like it doesn't bother her. But like any narcissist, there is a problem with such behaviour because it is a threat to control. But she handles it expertly, just laughing it off, whilst within, her narcissism goes to the third assertion of control, which is basically jettisoning these individuals in her own mind. An excellent example of how a greater narcissist deals with public disapproval. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for watching.